Morning guys, back to the challenge. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you who have not seen me before, my name is Langers and I am the coffee obsessed Scruffy trader. And it's early morning and I'm starting to get the charts ready for the challenge. So what is the challenge? Well, it's a discipline challenge of one trade, one market for 10 pips. That's simple. And the idea of the 10 pip challenge is to grow a small account. And you do it for 30 days and it teaches you discipline to not chase the market. And then at the end of it, you'll have a pot of money that you can then reinvest to either do it again, make the pot even bigger, or you've got a little bit of a nest egg, something like that. So if that sounds good, please click the subscribe button, smash the like, genuinely helps. And if you are wanting to help the channel and also help yourself, go down into the description, check out Black Bull, one of the brokers that I use. There's a link there. I'll give you free education, tight spreads, but more importantly, they're one of the few that have high leverage at the moment of the video. It's 1 in 500, so it can get your pennies to stretch out a little bit further. So let's have a little look and see where we are. Well, I am working the FTSE at the moment because of margin. The margin requirements is pretty cheap with the FTSE. So therefore you can open up a better position. Hope that kind of makes sense. But what does all that mean in reality? Well, if I pull this up, you'll see that I've already worked out what I'm going to be doing today. I work out the strengths and then I work out a bias as to the direction of the market, etc. It's all done with an equation that I put into this sheet, adds it all up, takes this off, does all sorts of wonderful things, and then it tells me the direction, strengths, one thing, another. And I use this every single day, and if you follow me, you'll have seen me use a version of this for years. You know, I mean, it's changed its look, but the actual equation has never changed in 5 years, and it's done me very well. Now at the moment I am looking at the FTSE for today. It's a sell and it's gaining. Okay, so I'm looking for an optimum moment to get in. That's what I'm using this for, and then I plot those results on here. Now we started it with £300, reinvested it from the last small account challenge that I did. That was a nightmare. I might do it again actually because I want to beat it. I successfully traded it. It's just it was hard work. I need to beat the system rather than beat the challenge, I should say. Just want to. It's one of those situations where I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, but sometimes it was a train coming the opposite direction. And I just need to smooth it out. The only time I could get that system to work was when I read the charts. Working it as a mechanical system was a nightmare. But I'll revisit it when I've finished this. Sorry, rambling. What was I doing? But anyway, cut long story short, I reinvested £300 from that challenge into this one, which is here. Over the course of the last 19 trades, we have grown the pot by 53%, which I think is pretty substantial. And I wanted it to grow it to £1,000, hopefully. Now, it was just a rounded up target, but we've put 22% dent into that, so that's okay. And I'm reasonably happy with where we are. You know, even if we got it to 500 quid, I'd be happy. But it's process over profit, and it'll always be process over profit. If you're chasing your profit, just pack in, because you'll come unstuck. Profit chasers are nothing more than gamblers. And I don't know a successful gambler, but I know plenty of business people. And business people, they don't look at the profits as much as they look at the costs and the risk to the business. In other words, is it worth it? Yes. Is there a limitation on the risk? Yes. Then they'll enter into business. They don't think about the money, not as in chasing the money. They look at it for a solid business model, the costs of that business model, and is it worth it for what you get on the other end? That's running a business, all right? And that's what we're doing here. So let us have a little look and see what's going on, because we are doing quite well. What I'm wanting to do is continue this move down. This is on an hourly. And this seems to be the reaction point, this level. I want to see it move up and either roll down into it or break it and roll down onto here. That's the general gist of what it is I'm looking to achieve. Now, if I come down to the 15 minute, we can see that's on a nice movement down. And it seems to be holding around this level. Now, it's early morning. It's 8:05. I don't like trading this time in the morning. I just like to see what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go and enjoy a coffee, spend a bit of time with Winky for a few minutes, maybe a quarter of an hour or so, and then come back to it, see what's going on, look for it to pull up a little bit, and then get in. If the train is going to keep on trucking, then I'll be looking for a continuation entry, but at the minute I'm looking at that level. That's my area of interest, and I just want to see what's happening with it over the next 10 minutes. All right, so I'll come back to you in a few minutes.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, we're back, and what are we looking at? Okay, so we're at, ideally we want to be at 131, but in order to get that, we are not quite there. We're a few quid off 131, so we have to stay at 119. So we'll be opening up an order for 50p, which we're going to put in just under here, and then we're going to step an order backwards slightly. So that's going to be the baseline here. And then I'm going to put an order just slightly back for 64. Just like so. Okay. And the idea is, and then that one can go to that baseline. Right. What are we doing and why am I doing it? I need a baseline to start with. All right. And that is the first order that's gone in. Now the price will bounce up and down. As you can see, it is. Now it wants to be about halfway between the line. No, this might be a bugger actually. That goes to there. Right. Basically what I'm trying to do is capture some extra pips off the baseline. Now, if it runs down, which it may well do, it will only get half the order. Selvy. But how many times do you go into market and you think it's going your way? You're pretty much convinced it's going your way. And then it just rattles the other way. It does it all the time. And that's the idea of stepping the order backwards slightly. Just kind of means you get a little bit extra pips. Now, a couple of times I've done this, sod's law, it has just raced forward. As in now. Bloody hell. But that's just the way that it works. And it's It's just kind of an easy way of trading, setting and forgetting your orders, if you like. There's another way of doing it as well, where you can put an order where it'll be halfway to target. It catches that sort of at 5 pips, if you like, closes off, and then you put the order back in where the original order was. And that's called price bouncing. Because again, the price will push down, go back up, push down, go back up. And it's early morning, like now, 8:30 sort of thing. There's lots of pushes in the market, so you're kind of catching the momentum quite a lot. But during the morning, sort of mid-morning or mid-afternoon, the price stagnates and it bounces about quite a bit. And it's a good time to do it then. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this run out, and hopefully we'll get some money at the end of it. The thing with the way that I'm doing things is, at worst, we still get money. You know, just not quite as much money. But I'm never greedy. And as I said before, I never chase the profit. The money is just a byproduct of the process. So let's run it out, see what happens. Right, okay. Well, there you go, guys. Job's done. Just a couple of minutes. So cancel that off. Don't need that one anymore. Another £5 in the pot. It's just one of those things. I'm happy. Still got more than I started with when I switched the screen on. Simple stuff. So all I do now is I reset and I get ready for tomorrow. So what happened? Well, we had to stay at 119. We've only got a £5. So we'll change that to 50p so I can see where it is. And as you can see, it hit its 10 pips. But because we didn't achieve the entire target, we stay at 119. For all, I've got enough to move up. Today's trade failed. Okay. So to there. Oop, bollocks. Done there. Dropped the clanger there. That is nope. We're on the footsie. Came from the 1 hour. Good mood. And it is continue move. Now, I could go back to the market and sort of go, well, it's early morning. I've got plenty of opportunity. I can go in. But that defeats what I'm trying to achieve. All right. I'm happy with the fact that I still got money. It's just I didn't get as much money as what I would like. Am I worried about that? No, not at all. So do it all again tomorrow. So very, very simple. And that's it. And that's trading in a nutshell. You know, sticking to your plan, sticking to your rules, and ensure that once you've been paid, you're not stupid enough to try and go back and lose it, because then you become a gambler. And gambling, my friends, is the worst trait in a trader. Never gamble anything. Look at it, be methodical, think about what you're doing, have a contingency plan for if it goes wrong. That can be a stop. Have a contingency plan to get your profit. That can be a split trade. And then just sit back and enjoy the show. And then when it's complete, leave it alone. So that's kind of my best advice. And the idea of this whole process is less is more. Because I've been paid today. And you've got to remember is every day this is scaling up all the time. You know, it's getting better, it's getting stronger. And even if you have to stay in one place, you're still putting money in the bank. And that's what this is about. So there you go, guys. So do click the like button. It genuinely helps. And if you're stuck, I'm very easy found. Just check the description. You'll see my sort of contact details, all that sort of thing. And as always, trade well, keep your risk managed. But above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all on the next one.